Okay, hello everybody. We should be live. Oops, I gotta unplug this, put it below my desk. Okay. How is everyone doing? Today, you just saw, we are doing the April 2022 Paletteful Pack box. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. Nice to have you join us. Okay. Today, well, we're going to be looking at the supplies that are in the April 2022 Paletteful Pack box. It has a couple of Posca markers. Great, audio is live, video is live. Perfect. Organize, create, and decorate. Hello, welcome. Glad to have you joining us again. All right, let me bring you to the desk. This is the contents of the April Paletteful Pack box. In this box, we had a couple Posca markers and a small 3x3 canvas, a 5x7 canvas, the Yono paint markers, paint pens, whichever you want to call them. And those are by Marabu. We also have the Black Pad 250, which is by Marabu, and that is a new paper. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And there, bring you to the desk. So Marabu says that these markers, no matter what material, style, or project, this is the only one you'll need, that they will work on it. So you only need one. Yono. Let me open these up if it wants to open. See if it can open them this way. Well, excuse me. Okay, there we go. Pull those out. There. Set that aside. All right, so today I thought, hello, George. Welcome. They claim that these are like the little shreds that come in the Paletteful Pack box. They get everywhere. Usually I save them all. I have like Ziploc bags and I'll put them in the Ziploc bags. And then I'll take those and, you know, if I send a gift or I send something in the mail, I'll use them to kind of fill that space. So this is the Black Pad. Let me just give you some basic information according to Paletteful Packs. So the Marabu Black Pad, this is supposed to be a new special black matte paper. Now, I did put links for everything in the description below, except you will not see a link for this right now because I couldn't find one. I went to Blick, I went to Jerry's, I went to Jackson's, Amazon, and I even went to Marabu, and I couldn't find it yet. So we're going to look at it today. But here is, and that, look how matte it is matte. Like there's no reflection. They're everywhere. There is no reflection. So the pad, the way it flips open, you see like that. So that will lay flat. I'm just going to tuck it underneath. That is nice and matte. So there's our paper. And it says, this is 8.3 by 11.7 inches, 21 by 29.7 centimeters. It's an A4. It is 250 grams per square meter. Wow. I wonder. It's very smooth. This is very smooth. Excuse me. George said he is sitting in for some, oh, there we go. Sitting in for some art and listen. Are you working on your pencil piece you've been doing? All right, the Marabu Black Pad. This paper, it says that it's suitable for almost any almost all, excuse me, opaque acrylic markers, painters, and liners. It's ideal for drawing, writing, and or decorating. The paper's uncoated and it is acid and carbon free. It's 100% pulp. So I'm just going to take a piece out of this because we're going to look at, we'll use a piece to test the our markers on. And let's look at the top versus, well, they're pretty much, they look, the back almost looks slightly darker to me, but if any, not by much. Okay, so I'm going to just set this guy aside, but that is the paper that I have here. So that's the paper we're going to be using. And actually, I'm going to cut this real quick. Setting that pad aside. I'm just going to grab my cutter. I forgot to link one of the things, which I'll update. I'll tell you when we get there. Just grab my cutter. I'm just going to slice this so that I think we'll have, so that we have two pieces. And that way there, because I'm not going to do something large on this today. I really want it for checking the colors and seeing some of the things that they say. Wow. Like I can't even see a reflection to see where I had creased that. It is matte. For sure, it is matte. Okay. So now I have two. We can use that. Excuse me. There we are. All right. So we have our two Posca markers. And of course, the Posca markers are non-toxic, water-based, opaque paint. And it's supposed to cover well, be blendable, dry quickly, and it can be overlaid when they're dry. So you can use the markers on paper, board, wood, fabric, glass, ceramic, plastic, metal. It says minerals and canvas. So these sound pretty similar, and I can't get them open. I was going to peel this before I started, and I forgot. There it goes. Let's just twist it. All right. Of course, there's always snacks, George. Doing some work on the cowboy art. Nice. I can't wait to see how you're doing that cloak. I just picture him as this, like, excuse me, rustic cowboy with this big leather duster type coat on. And if anybody is not familiar, I'm just opening the brown. If anybody's not familiar with what I'm talking about, George has shared his art over in the art group on MeWe, and I'm sure there'll be a link to that in the description below. If not, it's going to appear during the stream. You will see it. I'll pop it up there. Okay. So we've got our Poscas open. Now, these are, we have a mini Art Alternatives mini canvas. I did link this below. This is a 3x3. I do have a little bit of a rough sketch on here because I'm actually going to do my art for the Paletteful prompt. Paletteful Packs puts out, if you're not familiar, it's an art subscription box that comes, you can get it once a month. I do have a link in the description. It comes with all the supplies you need to try out different things, create some projects. And what I love about Paletteful Packs is they give you all kinds of wonderful information about the products in the box. They are very interested in like recycling, and they don't use, like you saw the little paper shreds. Those are what's in the box. The box, of course, is cardboard. And they don't add extra, like you see some that have books that come in them, you know, their little magazines, whatever. Paletteful Packs does not. It sends you a link and you can see it all online. And I'm actually going to share some great information so you'll see the kind of stuff that they put out each month when you get a new supply, because they really tell you how to use it and give you tips. And usually there's like a little tutorial. This was the sticker in support of the folks in the Ukraine. And so that was the sticker in the box this month. And yeah, that's very, very sad things that are going on right now in the world. So, all right, just double checking chat. Okay. If there's something that you want me to see, you can tag at at Clark Fine Art, and it'll highlight on my screen, and I should hopefully see that. I'm not filtering today with the question, but we'll probably get back to something like that that'll work well for me to be able to see what you guys are asking. Okay, so we have the little mini art alternatives canvas, and Paletteful Packs puts out prompts every month, and this month their prompts were work, skateboard design, owl, and boat. And I actually chose boat. So that's what I'm going to do on that little canvas. So we will cover that. And then this is the other thing that came in the box. We had a 5x7 canvas panel, and this again is also by Art Alternatives. So I'm not going to open this yet. If we end up using this one, I will. I don't have a plan for it at this moment, but who knows? We'll see what kind of time we have as we get through it. All right. These are acrylic. They say they're water-based, but they all, I know that the Poscas are an acrylic, and the Yonos are as well. So I have some, I need to put my paintbrush aside so I don't accidentally grab a watercolor brush. That would kind of break my heart. I have a few on the desk here that are by various companies. I'm not sure which exactly I will be using today. Simply Simmons, and this is a long handle. Usually I would not be using this at the desk. I do have some short handles. Oh, I do. Anyways, not within reach, so it's fine. I have a Simply Simmons, that's a number 16. This is a 3/4 inch flat. That is Premiere, and oops, there it is. So I have one of those. And then the Art Space, which you saw in an upgrade box. These actually came from an upgrade box. But I thought, you know what? It'll be fine. I don't save these for watercolor, so I don't mind if I use them with these. And you'll see why I might need those when we talk a little bit more about the features. Just going to set those over here. The features of the Yono markers. So let's look at, as far as the canvas, the Art Alternatives, it says it's the mini one says it is made with the same acid-free acrylic primed cotton as the larger artist canvases, and they're suitable for use with all acrylic paint, oil paint, and other wet or dry media. So the canvas panel, it says it's an unbleached 3-ounce cotton that is primed with acid-free acrylic titanium gesso to a finished weight of 8 ounces and wrapped around an acid-free recycled paper board. So if we just discuss the value of a Paletteful Pack box, they say that this is a $2.79 value. This one was $2.69. The Posca markers ×2 come in at about $8.20. And the Marabu Black Pad, actually, they say that that's going to have a suggested retail of about $24.99. And as for the Marabu Yono paint markers, those are $22.99. So that is the manufacturer's suggested according to the literature from Paletteful Packs. Again, there are links to all of this in the description below. So definitely you can check that out. Hello, Cat's Art Picks. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. All right. Let's look at, there we go. This is the information that Paletteful puts out, and or information like this, Paletteful Packs puts out. And you can check this out. It will be, you'll get a link with your box, and then, you know, in an email about your box, and you can go and check these things out. So this is what Marabu, this is the Marabu flyer that kind of would go with, you know, the marketing information that would go with these particular markers. So again, they say no matter what material, style, or project, you only need one. You only need one pen. This pen is supposed to do everything. So, there we go. And according to, like I said, one marker, many options. It is the opaque acrylic marker for almost any surface. So let your ideas run wild. Think big, rich, matte, and it says they're matte colors. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these perform. And they have just as few limits as your creativity. So it says bring your ideas to light and show your environment what's in you. And again, it's water-based, and they say they're light fast. So water-based, light fast colors. And yeah, let's see. We'll see what we can do with them. So no matter what the material. So they're saying that we can work on canvas, which, you know, I have the canvas. The canvases and the paper came in the box. But it also said wood, concrete, glass, metal, fabric. I'm not writing on any fabric today, unless of course I drop them on myself. But aside from that, I don't have fabric today. So, oh, excellent. George says, never used markers for art, so it'll be fun to see. I rarely have ever used them either, so it's gonna be fun to watch. Excellent. So organize, create, and decorate. I'm curious about how these work. Also, I've never heard of them. Yeah, I believe they are relatively new. So there we go. We have any material, and so no matter what your style, there's our excuse me, examples, and I thought they looked pretty neat. I was very interested, and you see that no matter what the project. And they've said, like, the skateboard art is actually one of the prompts, but as far as they're writing on a wall, on the glass, so I've decided that I will go ahead and check that out. And they come in 28 colors, and some are neon. Now, we'll just assume that the neon ones won't be light fast, because very rarely neon colors just are not light fast. But they also have some metallics, so those are available, and they are linked in the description below. Of course, those are affiliate links, and thank you to everyone who has been using them, because you are definitely, it does support the channel, and you're helping me get some interesting things into the studio. I just placed an order with some of the affiliate stuff from last month, so that's going to be arriving. I can't wait to share what it is when it gets here. Okay, and oh yes, see that. Organize, create, decorate said, I like the idea of painting on shoes. It's interesting. Oh, nice. Cat's Art Picks recently used them to decorate, or used, excuse me, Sharpie markers to decorate a canvas bag, and it turned out great. Now, I will say that these say if you're going to use them on fabric, if you use them on fabric, and I mean like something like the canvas, I'm sure is going to be, excuse me, it's different. Wow. But if you use them on fabric, like they showed a sweatshirt, you will want to, it actually would go in the oven. You would bake it. You would just put it in the oven. It's a low temp, and then it will fix it. And there we go. So close it, shake it, push it, test it, draw it, close it, store it. And you'll see right here, I actually have my mouse involved for you, that you can spray them. Now they're recommending that if you want to seal this, that you're going to use, of course, Marabu has a sealant, but you can also use, like I have these here, which are by Krylon, and you could use something like this as well. I did not link these in the description, but I'll be more than happy to do so for anybody that wants to take a look at those. Krylon has a bunch of great spray varnishes, and they dry pretty quickly, and so yes, you can try those. And so for better durability, spray over artwork with Marabu varnish, which is, like I said, Marabu has their own version. And fix your fabric in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius. Those of us here that talk about Fahrenheit in the US, we would have to do that conversion, but 150 degrees Celsius for 8 minutes. So we will see. We're going to try this on a lot. I got some supplies of some of the stuff that they said. So I went a little bit further than what the box has because I just want to test it all. I want to see how do they work. Yeah, so there you go. Sorry, I missed that. Organize, create, and decorate. I wonder how you use them on clothing, how washable they are. And yeah, I'm not sure, but yes, you do set them in the oven. So paint over. This was one of the things that I was excited about. What, approximately 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, so, well, Joseph, our moderator, huge round of applause. Thank you, because I wouldn't have been, I would have had to ask my aid device and then triggered all of yours. And of course she would have told me, but we didn't need to do that. Okay. So I was excited. These say that we can paint over them. And so paint your motif, no matter the color. Let the paint dry. And then just paint over it, right? No matter what the color, your Yono covers that. So we're going to test it out. That's why I had the black paper, and we're going to test it out. So we're going to put down some marks and see, does the white really cover everything? Does it? We'll find out. Also, for the, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry, George. I did turn that down because last time we had the sound effects, everybody said it was a little loud, and I was like, oh, let me turn that down. I'll give it a little, just a little bit more bump down, just in case that was loud. If it was, just let me know, or you just weren't expecting it, and so sorry. Didn't mean to scare you, George. Did not mean to. Yeah. The applause went off, and George was like, very scared. All right, so we can blend it. We can mix it. Now it says we can apply several colors side by side. And so we'll, again, that's why I grabbed some paintbrushes. Let's see if that works. And it says take a brush or sponge and blend the wet paint into one another. And then it also says that we can draw the colors directly into one another to create nuances. So, and I'm sorry guys, I know I'm looking just above you, and that's because this that you're seeing on your screen right now beside me is actually right above the camera. Might be a bit on the loud side. Great. Thank you, because I can certainly will bump it down. All right. So once we get it bumped down and it's in the right spot, then forever for the future it will be set because it remembers. Okay, so it also, what I thought was interesting, of course, because I have been loving watercolor media. I've been doing so much in watercolor, and I said, you know what, this week I don't want to do watercolor. I want to do something different. We've been on watercolor for a while, and I've been testing brushes, and I haven't forgotten about the other brush video with the fixing. It is in progress, so still hoping that will be to you very soon, because next week I want to try the Artegria brushes that were sent to me. So yes, and hopefully Belle will be able to be here for that. All right. We can use them like watercolors. So it says soak the tip with paint. So I'm guessing we're going to depress pen to soak the tip with the paint, and then apply the paint to the surface. And then with a wet brush, we can create some watercolor-like gradients. We will give it a try. I'm actually think maybe we'll give that a try on my, yeah, why not? Because if I can paint right over it, if it doesn't work, I'll just let it dry and we'll go again. So we'll give that, we'll test that on the background of what I want to do, part of the background, and for my Paletteful prompt. Okay. And then the next is make blobs. I thought this would be so much fun. And I was considering something on the canvas for that, because it says you can make blobs, and again, soaking the tip with paint. So I'm guessing we're just going to depress so that it really fills up that tip, and then you can blow hard against the tip or snap, like snap your finger on the marker, and it's going to blob that, that paint out onto your surface. So add randomness and yeah, with splashes and blobs. Why not? Sounds like fun. Okay, so that's the information about the Yono that they put out. So now let's see what, I'm gonna pop that off for you guys. And actually, I'll just bring it over here. We'll bring it over there. That way there, you can see those are the markers we're using and the colors that they have. So first, so my Poscas I'm going to keep aside because we'll get to those. Now some of the surfaces they said we could work on today were metal. So I grabbed something metal. A rock, ran outside and grabbed this one. We're going to put something on that. I do have a wood, like one of the wood discs. And I didn't link it below, but I surely can. This is by these guys right here. And they make these wood discs. You can get them in different sizes. These were some of the smaller ones. And yeah, it won't take me but a minute to link it after the stream ends. So I'll pop that in the description. But they have all different sizes. And yeah, some of the bark wants to, little papery, wants to shed. But you can see, you get plenty. Oh, and you get some ties if you wanted to make like ornaments like Christmas time, which would be great. And you see that there's a bunch of them in there. So I just pulled out one that was on the top. I can link to those below if you would like. Because I can see me using, this is how I could see me using them. Because I like to make ornaments at Christmas time. If you've watched stuff on my channel at the end of last year, I did a few projects and some of them were actually ornaments on disc, because it was a disc bit larger than this that I used. And I did actually give those ones away for Christmas. But I'll probably do some more this year. They may not be like projects on the channel or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. So that's where I could see me, if I like them, that's where I could see me using stuff like this, is doing that kind of thing. Let's just check out these colors first. So I'm doing them on the black paper. We are going to, excuse me. We're going to, so they just say to press. And these nibs, it did say in one of the, because they give you videos as well that you can watch. So I went out and I had watched those earlier. And they give you these videos and the information, there we go. So the information on this one and the caps do not post. So for those of you who like your caps to post, these don't. But they did give the information that these nibs, you can actually, and I'll do it before I ink the next one so I don't get it all over myself. You can pull the nib out. You can clean it in water. And then you can, on a, excuse me, simply dry in like a paper towel. And you can put it right back into your marker. And right back into painting. You don't have to wait. You can go right back into painting. So If anything's not flowing right, whatever, you know, that's something you could try. I don't know if these have an issue like that because this is the first time I've ever used them. So these are the Yono. Oh, they do write easily. They write very easily. So these are the Yono paint markers. And apparently I cannot. There we go. By Marabu. And they also have the the nibs. These nibs are available and you can repurchase them. You can replace them. So I thought that was great. Yeah. Yes, it is very, I like that feature. It would be a great way to freshen them up. So, all right, we have white, of course. And now I wonder, and I know this is not watercolor paper. Oh my goodness. Yes, Cat's Art Picks. They're gonna kick up even worse, like soon. I'm gonna have to go back on my allergy meds soon. I like to take the winter off. I've had sinus and allergies my entire life. All right, just grabbing some water here, and they say that they are, oh, look at, all right, I could see how you could use that to work them and create a nice gradient, or even blend them, smooth everything out. So they definitely move with water. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Things like that help a lot. Cat's Art Picks. Okay. So that is our white. And again, we can go full strength here. Let's put more. And they do say, like, that was another thing they said, shake, right? We had set the, I believe that was the next information. Yeah, shake it. So they want you to shake it, and you can hear it has the piece in there, moves around. Pump that, put that on there. I just thought I had spent a long time. I do have quite a few art boxes to show you. And when this paper's wet, it does not like to go on as easily. So I will say that. Let's see. You know what? Sometimes, excuse me, if it bothers me, if it starts bothering me a lot, I use the, like Vicks is my best friend. I actually keep some in the studio. Yeah, it's like Vicks. And it's, because it's like a menthol. And just clears opens everything up. Helps you be able to breathe better. And sometimes you put it right, I'll put it right on my throat because it helps soothe your throat. Okay, the black, which probably not going to show up that great on the black paper. Oh, let me show you before I pump it. So you have the nib, and you can actually just pop the nib out just like that. And it's definitely, it looks like it appears that it is directional. You see it's slightly smaller at this end. That is the end that goes into it. And they're firm. And we could clean that, dry it on a piece of towel, like the way that they showed it, water, dry it on the towel, and then back into your marker, which would just go like that, and it's back. So we didn't shake, and I'm going to cap it because nobody wants to make paint go flying everywhere, or then maybe I would be painting on fabric, but Would you be able to tell today? This is the black marker. All right. Here we go. And I wonder, is that, I'm going to see, let's see if I can get it over here. Oh, I will check for that in just a second. That is a great question. All right, you ready? Can you guys, yeah, you can see that tip. See, that's just, you see the white's disappearing. It is just filling right up with that paint. There we go. While I have this one here, I'm just going to go down the line because it is certainly showing up. We'll see when it dries how much darker than the paper. So we will let this dry for a minute and see, does it disappear right into the paper? Was that all for nothing? Because it says that these are matte. The colors are matte, so. Oh, and you asked, so Cat's Art Picks, which was a great question, says, do these markers have an odor? And, well, I can tell you, how about if we come back up here? Hardly anything. If there's, yeah, no, hardly anything. If there's anything there at all, it's very faint. Sometimes like the alcohol markers, those can be strong. There's really not smelling anything. And I'll compare it when I do one of the Poscas. I'll compare it and I'll let you know. Because if you're familiar with Poscas, then maybe that will help. Okay. So there is our white and our black. Then next we have our red. Yeah. If they, oh, it would be horrible if they, I'm very sensitive to smells because sometimes that can set my throat off and I can see my nose is actually red. So yeah, it's probably allergies coming on strong. So this is cherry and that is red. And we will, I'm like, wait a minute, I was going to show you. This guy. You see it, it's like, you're going to see it fill the tip. I can bring that closer to you. There it goes. See it? It just kind of filling that right in. And you could see that black line that was there. So will it show through? I mean, that black line may not have been 100% dry. So I guess as we go down, I'll save yellow for last because then that black should definitely have been dry. And we should know, are these opaque? Can they cover anything once it's dry? Because it did say it needed to be dry. So to be fair, there we go. That was the cherry. Next is the dark blue. So just looking at, I'm just going to get that one going. Try to do them quicker because I really want to be able to show you guys some of the art. Test these out on these different materials. In fact, once I get like, there we go. The paper, you know, as I'm feeling some drag, like, is it all over? Is it just a spot? Is it the nib? That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, I'm feeling some drag. It's not like, I wish Jamie messaged me just before that she wasn't going to be with us live. And I was hoping that she was because Jamie Eddy over at Jamie Eddy Art, if you guys aren't familiar, she's just starting to make some videos, and oh, you know, definitely check her out here on YouTube. She just did this box a couple weeks ago, and although I know she has decided to not continue with the Paletteful box because she wanted to switch to a couple different ones that were better for her, she just tried these. So I'd be interested to see her opinion of, did they feel like the nibs, did they feel like they pulled or dragged when she tried them on this paper? Oh, yes, yes. Like at the laundry, the detergent aisle, and oh, a candle shop, forget it. Just, yeah, no. There's way too many smells in there. All right, here's our green, and it is rich green. Ooh, let me see that. Rich green. Now, I was trying to see, like they said we could flick them to get some spots. I'll try that in a minute. I'm curious how far we could actually go without having to repump one. Because wouldn't that be, I mean, that would be, I would imagine, again, I don't do a lot of marker work, but I would imagine that would be information that would be good to know. I keep trying to post the cap and it's making me nuts. All right. Okay. The blue and the gray, yeah, they're like they're starting to fade. They're starting to get a little more opaque. Because they, I mean, a little, I said opaque, a little more matte as they dry. It looks like they're maybe lightening up slightly as they dry as well. So, okay, so the black line, you can see, yes, it is showing up. So you can see the black line is here. So we will, let's see. You can get right over that. And is it gonna show through? Yeah, they are quite nice on this paper. I do have a piece of paper taped down because for the watercolor effects, and it is watercolor paper, so we'll get to see them on white paper as well, because I just wanted to try that out. Okay, so there are our colors, and oh, I want to see if they say, just trying to get this to load up with some paint, but supposedly, well, that way's not flicking for sure. Have I just not used this nib enough so that it can get good and saturated? And I don't know. I certainly don't have the answer to that question yet. Yeah, see, they said you can flick that. That's not giving me any yellow, any spray. So far, that's not working. And we are, let's come back up here. Okay. So there's that. Those are our colors. The white, once these are dry, we'll see how the white covers. And I'll do a line down for the white because the black is here, and I'll do the white right next to it, and we'll see how that does. So then, of course, we have our Poscas. And our Posca markers. This one, Posca, is looking for its color, light blue. So same thing. I'm just going to shake it. So of those, these are the basic set. It says that those were the basic set. And let's look at the, I'm going to put this guy down here. Just trying to prime that. So okay, if anybody has Poscas and has primed a Posca for the first, this is a brand new, you saw me open it. These are also brand new. I had never primed them before. I can honestly say this is still, there's still no paint there. I'm much impressed with the Yono. If these can do all of the same surfaces, is it just this one? Am I doing something wrong? I mean, right? Shake, press. The basic set, great question, Cat's Art Picks. Thanks for asking that. The basic set is these 6 right here. There is a set. So I have them linked. I have them linked below, and they do have other sets. There are multiple sets, and let me just see. Let's just flip our brochure real quick. There you go. Those are the sets, and I can turn that on for you. Let's move it over just so you have a better. Make it come up big. Okay. So yeah, there are multiple sets. We have a metallic, this set, if I can highlight that one for you. Ready? This set right here is the set that I received in my box. But then we have another, this looks like a 6th set, and then 2 other sets here. And of course, these are the nib replacements that you can get. So I hope that helps. The Paletteful one is the smaller set, but they do have lots of colors. They have 28 colors altogether. All right, there's your colors. All right. Yes, George, there we go. She's finally primed. George says, I'm kind of shocked that the markers are that opaque on black. Yeah. Makes this paper, I'm pretty excited about this paper. I'm going to definitely have to do a project with these. So there is our Posca. And how many of you have used the Poscas before? Our Posca. Just so, I showed you with that white. Right? Can we come in and do a blend and get this guy to move around? Blend out any of our strokes that we've done. Of course we can. So there you go. Okay, so that can be done the same. So there they are similar. Again, I'll just do it back here because I blend it all the way up so you can see the masked tone, what it actually is. There we go. Okay. Like if I go over it now, if I go over too many times, I'll lift. See there? Like I'll lift some of that color. So it seems like put it down, don't mess with it, let it go. And then the Posca, you see that right there. I don't know if that's my nib or fiber from the paper. Can you guys come into focus? Yeah, see right there? That might be paper fibers. Yeah, they look dark. So this is pulling up some of the fibers of the paper, which is supposed to be made specifically for this type of media. Is that normal? I don't know. I can't tell you because I don't usually work in markers. So you can drop me a comment if you do know, because I would love to. I would love to learn. Okay. And there's the art group. The link for the art group is right here below me, that I was talking about. If you have not joined us there yet, we would love to have you. All right. Next, we are going to be priming this one, and this is just brown. It's brown. And we'll see what we can do with some of these. Is it always like these take a while? Yeah, that looked like the fiber of the paper. Yeah, I was not a fan of that either. That may be what, remember I said it was feeling like, I was feeling like there was a drag. That could have been that it was just pulling, it was pulling on those fibers of the paper. Because the nibs are possibly too hard for the type of paper. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it says, they said, let me not misquote them. And this is from the literature put out from Paletteful Packs about this paper. The Marabu Black Pad, right? 20 sheets of special black matte paper suitable for almost all opaque acrylic markers, painters, and liners. So ideal for drawing, writing, decorating. So yeah, I mean, and it says it's uncoated and acid and carbon free, and it is pulp. It's 100% pulp paper. So there's that. It is slowly. You see, he's like slowly starting to feed in there. I'm just holding him down and holding the press for a little bit and seeing. But that takes a while. But Poscas, they do post. Their caps will post. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it did say almost, so perhaps. Gotcha. See, okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that info. Cat's Art Picks says, the acrylic paint marks I have do the same thing if I go over an area too many times. And I believe these are, no, I'm not going to speak out on the nib. I do not have the nib information. I wanted to say I thought they were a Japanese type nib, but I'm not saying that. I'm not recalling what exactly I read on the nib. And so, yeah, I will look the information up though, see if it says. And so there's the brown, and then not for the Posca, for the Yono markers. I say markers, pens, however you guys refer to them. I just think that, like, you know, if I was doing a large canvas, unless I was doing line work, I don't know. I don't know how much I would appreciate this. I don't think I would use these on a larger canvas. When I say larger canvas, I don't even think I would want to use these on like an 8x10 canvas. Why? When I have, I mean, I could see the use not doing an entire canvas with just that is probably what I would say. Cat's Art Picks. This is the paper that came in the box. And it is not a watercolor paper. It is the brand new Black Pad 250 by Marabu. I was not able to find links for this anywhere. Not Blick, not Jerry's, not Amazon, not Jackson's. I can't find it anywhere yet. I even went to Marabu's website and I wasn't seeing it. So when I can find it, I will update a link to that. So it's a new paper. And that's what they say. They do say it is a new paper. So yes, this new paper pad from Marabu features 20 sheets. So there's that. Okay. Oh, okay. And Organize, Create, and Decorate says, I have only used acrylic markers to color over things, not for art. I brought them to paint on rocks with the boys. All right, that is a great time to look at one of the surfaces, excuse me, that they said we could paint on. Oh, let me just put down here that these are the Posca. All right. It is 100% pulp. It's 100% pulp paper. I can tell you that. It is 100% pulp. I just couldn't find a link to where you could purchase it. So if that helps. All right. One of the things I wanted to see, how about we look at, I'm going to flip this over. How long, comparing, since they gave it to us, why not compare the two? If I take the Yes, pulp. Gotcha. All right. So if I take the Yono and I take the Posca, I'm going to prime them both. And this is going to be hard because my paper's not going to probably want to, my paper's going to want to move, but we're going to see how long can they go before they need more, right? Is that, I mean, is that important to you? Is this a good test? I'm hoping. So the dark blue, light blue, you're welcome. All right, so that same amount, and now let's see what we've got. Can I keep it going on the paper? Maybe if I grab them together with one hand, then I can hold the paper. So yeah, we got a little bit of wonky there. Sorry, guys. We're just gonna keep going. Is it just gonna keep going? I don't know. Let's find out. And we're gonna make some kind of swirly crazy art as we go. But we know that, I stick my fingers in the paint. The blue, the light blue is the Posca. The dark blue is the Yono. It doesn't like, I lifted it. This is a hot mess. We're just gonna keep on trucking. You're trying to get to different places, and they're still going. They are still going. That was me lifting the pen right there. So I can't say that that's a fair assessment. But I haven't pressed it more. Would have been most likely easier had I. Yeah, I think they're just going to keep giving. I'm sure at some point I have to depress this again. But it is, for right now, just going. Oh, this would be some neurographic art, wouldn't it, guys? I would not want to have to do all these intersections. I'm still seeing, and this makes it awkward, hard for you guys to. Yeah, so if we're doing stuff like this, whether that was a good, I didn't have to pump them again, so they did continue. Now, when I do that, and if I come over here, like, it's still giving me, still going, still going, still going. It's not like I don't need to, it just keeps on. Same with this guy. Seems to be, he's just going to keep going. So yeah, I did not have to pump either one of those, and I was able to work for quite a while. So I do like that. All right. And hopefully I won't mark my desk as I flip this back over so you can see. And you definitely can feel it. Oh, and I feel on the surface. Yeah, you can feel that paint sitting there. Actually feels almost a little scratchy. Almost a little scratchy. Oh, I wonder if you could do... The Posca doesn't feel as scratchy as the Yono. Some areas of the Yono feel a bit scratchy. Well, does it show up that way? I'm looking to see if you can see it. Let's see if we can get it to focus. I don't know that it's really, that texture that I'm feeling is really showing up. But it was a bit scratchy. And then you could just see there too, where that black line, it pretty much covered pretty well. So now that these are all dry, let's see, will our white cover? So here is at one line down across the tops next to the black, and then I'm just going to come back, straight back up. So one line down, one line up. How's that? How's Africa? That actually does. Look at that. I mean, we'll let it sit there and dry and see if anything changes, but all the colors covered black, and white covered all the colors, which is pretty much their claim. So let's get into our surfaces, shall we? They said they would cover rocks, so I had to go get a rock. And maybe I'll just use this as my paper for underneath. I'm going to just going to do this. I'm just going to cover this rock in red to start, and I'll let it dry. We're going to move on to something else, and I'll come back to him. Okay, so start. That's very easy. It's definitely laying down that color. Let's get you guys so you can see even better. Just going to zoom you in a little bit. See, I'll hold on. We are going to, if I can, there it goes. There. I'll just move this up so you can see. Hopefully that is better for you. See what is happening? So I'm not half, I would imagine that if I mean, the nib seems to be looking fine. All I did was grab like a green scratch pad and just made sure any loose dirt or anything was cleaned off of it. If I drop it, I'm gonna be covered. That's all right. And oh, put that on there. Seems to be going on just fine. I don't know if it'll need a second coat. I could see this being a fun activity, although a messy activity for like kids to do if they like to create their own little treasures, and then like you could take these guys and I don't know, place them out in a garden or something. So when this is done, to seal it, I'll give it a spray and then I'll share pictures of it over on my Clark Fine Art page. And, you know, I'll try to post it. I'm trying to start using Instagram a little bit more. So for those of you, and the link may not be, they may not have the link to pop up in the chat. However, in my below, I do have a link, which is like the one link to them all. If you link there, click that. My Instagram's there. I think my Facebook might even be there, which I may start picking that back up too. I know, I can't believe I just said that either. But Facebook, I'm going to put it soon. The website will be updated. And so then, of course, I'll be putting all kinds of stuff to the website for you to find. But I want to start using Instagram for sure. I will always share it on MeWe. Okay, so there's a base layer, and they definitely, okay, look at that. I couldn't be patient, let it be. I'm starting to pull up color. So definitely, once you get that base on there, let it dry. So I'm just going to set that aside, and we're going to let it dry. I didn't do the bottom. Not yet. Not worried about it. I just didn't want to get it. Well, I'm going to be a mess. By the time we're done, I'm going to be a mess. I don't know what to put on our wood disc. Any suggestions? I do not know what to put on our wood disc, but we want to test it on the wood. I really want to see how matte this dries, because if any of you like to do your own little ornaments or gift tags, this is a perfect size if you do a gift and you could tie it up with like the jute, J-U-T-E, or, you know, any string. And then you could tie that onto a gift, and then you'd have like to, from, or just a nice little picture. And then on the back, you could do to or from. No, not the dark side. I'm just a mess. Alrighty. How about a small butterfly? Oh, perfect. We've got some colors we could use for that. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking. There we are. Yeah, it is. It's always, it is. That is true. I don't mind getting messy. So Kat's art pick said, how about a butterfly? Yes, we will give that a go. And it is. It's always, art is always happy when it's messy. All right. Butterfly. What if we try, I'm thinking with the, what do we have on time? Yeah, we have time. Okay. famous last words. What if we do a little bit of blending, create a flower, and then we'll put a butterfly on it. So we'll let that dry and then we'll put a butterfly. That's what I'm thinking. So hopefully you guys are all with that. Set those aside. I'm gonna bring my yellow and my red and maybe some of the white and black still. Okay, thank you. Yes, Joseph, thank you. That is my link. That is the one link to them all. If you use that link, you will find all my links are right there. Very easy to get to. I've already got a center. I'm just going to kind of base around that center. I'm just going to do pretty simple. Right now, just thinking a line. I'm just kind of sketching with the marker because I'm hoping, I'm not knowing, but I'm hoping, can I get this to kind of be like, where I can blend it. I'm going to do the red near the, up here. Okay. I'm going to go kind of in the direction I would, picture like the veins, little petals have the veins in them. Pull that down. I'm leaving a little bit of space there. I don't know if this is going to work on wood, so I'm going to give it a shot on one petal first because I don't know. Also, will I need to, I'm going to come in with some yellow and put that down because remember they said we could go next to each other and we could blend. So I'm going to put in some yellow. I don't know what kind of flower this is. I have no idea. No idea. And we'll pull that white. Okay. Well, thanks for dropping in and hanging out with us today. Organize, create, and decorate. You have a great rest of your day. Getting ready for the play. Oh, that sounds like fun. All right. And now I'm going to see if I take my paintbrush. I'm going to start here at the lightest color. And can I get you in a little closer? I'm going to actually, my apologies if I move you. I'm going to go really carefully try. Oh, wrong way. And I'll move it up. There, how's that? Okay. See if we can't. Oh, look at that. Blend that and just, I'm just going to pull through and get into that red. Now I'm rotating it and I'm going to get the red. Oh, I'm liking the way that this is actually moving on this wood. Just pull that through there. I'm kind of pulling the red down over the yellow, and then I'm going to pull, I'm actually going to rinse my brush out just in case I have any in my brush. And then I'm going to go from the center again and pull up to the outside edges. And we will just see what kind of a gradient that makes and how it looks. And do we like it? I don't know. We'll see. So we can blend it. So now I'm going to go around and do some more. And that blended really easily. I'm going to kind of skip one because it's wood. It should, I'm hoping, pull that right in. So if I kind of go every other, then perhaps as we get around, the next ones will all be dry. Sorry, my hand was straight up and you could not see that. Is that better? Can you guys see? Of course, the caps don't post, which that makes me, I would have loved for the caps to have posted. All right. There we are there. And I'm going to come in with the yellow. Actually, let me just bring a few lines, just a few. There we go. And now I'll come in with the yellow. Oh, excellent. Pause the video so you can finish watching when we get home. And here, let me just do that. That's where you were when you paused the video. All right. So here's some yellow. And I'm going to pull some of the yellow right through the red. And hopefully that'll just give us some oranges on its own. I'm going to throw some white down on the base again, like I did before. Which I think like the white would have been like more out at the edges because it's darker in towards the center of the flower. But no, not in this flower's world, it's not. This flower breaks all the rules. There we go. Okay. Now, we will. I'm going to get the, just starting with the red, kind of activate that. I'm going to turn that because I want to pull into the red. So I'll kind of touch the red on my brush. And I'm going to pull down. I want to pull down into the white. There was a little piece of the bark. I touched the edge and knocked a piece of the bark loose. There we go. There. I'm going to bring some up. There we go. That's not too bad. Let's see, we'll get better as I go. And then hopefully by the time we get to our prompt, so we can do the boat, that one will be easy, easy. Okay. Now that I got that, I think I'm going to do this one and this one so that we can get the next two done at the same time. And I'm even being less precious about it. Filling that space in, just putting stuff down there. Putting some stuff down there. I do love the wood discs, and yeah, this may very well be, you know, we did, like last year we did a trip, and I'm looking at my Patreon tiers are going to be changing. I'm hoping to relaunch them May 1st, and it's going to have we're looking at doing a tier with reference photos, and these references can be from all over our trips to Cape Cod, the Maine coastal areas, up into the mountains of Maine. We've gone up to, which I know Joseph is going to know where I'm talking about. We have gone up to like Baxter State Park, which is up at, it is in Baxter State Park has at Mount Katahdin. It is Mount Katahdin, of course, is where the Appalachian Trail. You can either start there or finish there. And I know Joseph has done, it's just crazy to me. There's a lot of walking. I don't know how you do it. But Joseph has done the Appalachian Trail before. And yeah, so there's lots of pictures from areas and stuff like that. I have some from our trip. Like we did a year to like Shenandoah Valley, down in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We were in North Carolina. So yeah, I have, oh, now look at, now that you see that, I bet you, okay, that just has like a bubble. There we go. Remember they said we could splash? Now it like, yep, there we go. So we can, I feel better. We've accomplished. So yes, you can. It just, you're going to have to work the tips for a little while and then that'll work. Okay. So yes, I absolutely will. Cat's Art Picks. I know I have the link very handy. So as soon as I finish, in fact, I'm going to pause for one moment and because, you know, I've got to work to my strengths here. Link discs for Cat's Art Picks. Okay. I will do that. It will be there. And I will confirm with you afterwards that it has been done. I'll send you a message. Okay. So, oh, okay. Joseph said Baxter State Park was my starting point. Not many go southbound. Wait a minute. Your Baxter State Park was your starting point? And so not many go southbound. So more of the people are going northbound, which makes sense because you only have a window. Like, if people don't understand, it just snowed here Saturday. So it is April 21st. It snowed just the other day. And we get snow. We have the ability to get snow. Gosh, 2 years ago, it snowed on Mother's Day in May. Now, granted, it wasn't much. There wasn't much accumulation, and then it was gone quickly. But it snowed, so it had to be cold enough to snow. Although this weekend was weird. It was 40 degrees, and the snowflakes were flying. So Joseph is saying he started here, which people don't usually do because it's still very cold. It's still very cold here during that season that you have a window of time. You got to get from, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize I pulled that off screen. So there's a window of time for you to get from the, I'm just moving it so that I can't do that to you again. I don't want to pull it off the screen. Guess that's not, yeah, there we go. There we go. Sorry for it moving while you're watching, but all right. So yeah, you just have, but like such a certain window of time, and that goes, so it starts up here in Maine at, I'm pretty sure Mount Katahdin is our highest elevation here. And it's up there, isn't it, Joseph? Like, I live here and I'm asking Joseph, who lives in New York, like, but I'm pretty sure it is at the summit. It starts at the summit of Katahdin. And then you have the trails. And we went to, when Lou and I were up in Baxter State Park last year, it's such a beautiful location. Such a beautiful location. And I do have lots of pictures from there, which I've shared a funny story about that before, but anyhow, so yeah, it's cold, and they're hiking the trail. I'm assuming sleeping on the trail. You're doing the trail. I do think though they have places you can stop. The weather makes it tough. Yeah. Okay. See, so the weather makes it tough. Northbounders start in March. Okay. So like in March, they started. Where's the southernmost part of the Appalachian Trail? Where does it begin? I know it's in the south, but I think it's a little further south than some people think it is. Unless of course you know where it's at. No, you know, don't you? And so it's like they're starting and they're heading here. The southbounders start mid-June to July. And if you start mid-June to July going south, am I right when I'm saying southbounders, they're going south? Either way, you have more time because in the south it stays warmer longer. No, but time limits at Springer Mountain, your endpoint. Katahdin can close on you and you don't get to finish. Yes. Yeah, because if we start getting too much snow early, and folks, we've had snow starts in October. We'll look out, and Katahdin, I can see Katahdin, not exactly from my house, but we can see Katahdin from not far from here, and it's quite a distance away. It would take us I want to say it would take us about an hour to get to Katahdin, and it's just such a beautiful place, though. And yeah, that is, get snow in October, and if they get too much snow, then it's not safe for them to go up. And yeah, Springer Mount, so Georgia, Springer Mount, and I see that you said this is Springer, not Spring, Mount in Georgia, and then North Terminus and Katahdin Mountain is, wait, South Terminus, right? And then it's North Terminus. I think we're getting that. Yes. But yeah, that's very interesting. Like, my hat's off to the people who do that. It is amazing, because I may have left this guy chatting too long and not be able to blend him. But that's all right. He's doing fine. Yeah, so for all of those of you who didn't know that fun fact about Joseph, sorry, I just shared on you, Joseph. Hope you don't mind that. My apologies if you do. I can always cut it in post. You let me know. Only those of us who are here watching live would find out. Sorry. Because I should have been like, hey, Joseph, can I tell everybody what you like to do? So what do you do on your days off? Me, I would just rather go take some pictures, take long walks on the beach. No. Yeah, I let this one dry for too long, but that's all right. I'm just going to come back at it. Yes. Yes, Joseph. We see by the end of summer, we will start to see the summit starting to show its white color. It can happen. It absolutely can happen. It can get cold up there, and we can get snow early. Here where I am, not quite as, high in elevation as that. No, we are in the highlands, and it is, I'm just layering. If you see here, I'm just layering onto our little flower, and then I'm just going to blend a little bit. Just kind of pull them through. Let it kind of do what it does. But down here, we can get snow. We've gotten it before. There's been Halloween where you saw snowmen with witches' hats on because it was Halloween. So I like the way these are layering. I like the way that you can use the water to pull down. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I could see me using these for sure. Like, not just doing this project. I could see me actually going to grab these because it's the supply that I feel would do what I needed to do. Especially on these little discs. Yeah. All right. I tell them, if he ever decides to do it again, and he's going to come all the way to Katahdin, and he'll have to let me know so we can meet up and do a little supply drop, help him on his way. Because, that is the main of hospitality. There'd be times like, some would, let me get some more film and take pictures along your way. No, we'll just hand off a sketchbook to Joseph and some pencils. Be like, here you go. When you pause, have a snack. How long do you pause, Joseph? I mean, really, like, how much, when you're doing something like that, how much of that is moving, going. All right. And now I'm just going to put some little dots in here. 6.5 weeks for a 700. I'm guessing that's 790 mile. Am I correct there? There we go. And then I'm going to throw maybe some little yellow dots, like, the pollen, the big old fuzzy stuff that makes it so we can't breathe. And that's not necessarily popping out too much, so that's fine. It's fine. All right, what do you guys think of the little flower? We're going to let that dry. And then we'll come back and see if we have time. We'll put the butterfly on it. But if not, I will add a butterfly to him. And of course, I will share them. Okay, so there's that one. Now, glass. It said we could work on glass. And I knew this one would be really fast because this is one of my wells that I have my paint puck in. And today, instead of having the water in it, I thought, you know what? It's glass. So I'll use it and we'll just put paint water on there. And then that would be quick. Okay. Yep. Just for sharing information. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. Cat's art picks. I will definitely, I have a note for myself. So I will be sharing that information. So come back and check it out. And check it out because we'll get the butterfly on there. All right. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Whoa. There we go. Wow. Okay. So talking about the Appalachian Trail, some can do it in 4 months. Most take 6 to 7. If you're this Clark, it's going to be like 10 to, I'll meet you here again next year to finish. And yeah. For all 4 sections, I was about 6.5 months. If I do it again, going to take time, aim for 7 months with stops to art. That would be, oh, and if you could just document your stuff along the way, be like, all right, we'll get you hooked up. We'll recharge your batteries. Of course, we'll be like at the end of your trip though, right? We're up here at the end of your trip. Okay. So how about we do paint water? I kind of like teal. I'm kind of thinking like, what if we blend the blue and the green? What are we going to get? So I'm just going to do. So I'm just going to go right back over this with the green. Will it, could you guys not see what I was doing? I apologize if that was the case. It's just wrong. Oh, enjoy your dinner. Oh, great. Thank you so much, Cat's Art Picks. Enjoy your dinner. Oh, we can. So we can blend right on the glass. So just going over that blue. Getting kind of a teal-like look. It's already starting to dry, so I would say we might want to even do this maybe one letter at a time so they'll blend better, possibly. All right. Yeah, that's starting to pull. Yeah, I would do it, but to do it again. So, you know, it's an experiment. It's fine. It's fine. Because if I put this down, the P, again, you guys are not seeing because my hand's in the way. I'm sorry. So if I put that down, that's why I'm leaving it uncapped for a moment. Should I? Shouldn't I? Oh, we're gonna find out. And then throw the blue on top. Just kind of blending it. I'm just kind of blending with the I could just, yeah. I don't know how well it's going to go. Sorry, guys. Like, look up. Not on screen. Because I really wanted that, like, almost kind of blended teal look. Because I love teal. You know, like my little water bottle over there. It's always got a little teal cover on him. All right. So it says glass. Now, I would say that if I wanted this to be permanent on here, I would probably have to spray it. I would probably have to spray it. Does anybody else know? Has anybody, like, because I'm guessing, you know, Poscas, it's probably going to be the same. If you've ever done them on the glass, What says you? Have you had to spray them with like a varnish to make sure that it stays? I'm going to do 2 letters. Try to keep them together. I was like, what can we do that's nice and quick that will show that, yes, we can work on glass? Yeah, now it's just trying to like wanna. All right, we'll see you later, Cat's Art Picks. I will reach out to you and let you know. What are we? Let me see, hashtag what? Stay on the screen. Okay, and then, yeah, that's interesting. So if you get too much, I guess it just doesn't, then it doesn't want to. Maybe then it would have to completely dry, because that wasn't wanting to blend in. But I think we've got it. It's fine. Paint water. And I have my blue, so maybe I will put get some splashes of water. Fill that in. At least that's what they're supposed to be. Just there we go. And then I'm gonna come back with the Posca just to give a highlight. And we'll go same side. There we go. Okay, paint water. And I could do that on the little splashes on this side as well. And that'll be done. Yeah, I'm like, oops, can you guys see me? No, just gonna fill them in. Press, go. It does. They write on glass well. Now I would wonder, you know, they said you could do the fabric if you did the heat. I wonder if you had the glass, if the glass went into, if heat would affect the glass. You know what I mean? Whoa. Oh. Okay. And I did coming from that side, so we're gonna go kind of the same. Coming from here, a little in here, maybe some down here. All right, so there's that. Paint water. What are you guys saying? They're very easy. Glass can be done. Metal, we can do metal. Oh, we can come back to this guy. Ready to see this guy? This is going to be easy. I see you, about 1 hour and 20 minutes. You are correct. I don't know if you left other comments or if that's just a random one there, Mr. Clark. Glass would be okay in oven. Bring to heat slowly and cool even slower, of course. But would it set it? I know it says it sets that on the fabric, but would it set it so that versus I didn't have to varnish this, I could just bake that, and then that way there, you don't have to do anything else, and there's my paint water bucket, which I kind of really am liking that. All right, so here I'm going to go and come in. My paint marker. You guys know where I'm going with this. I would imagine. So I was just thinking, how fun would this be for, like, if you had little ones that you wanted to do something, a little activity with. They do work. They're working on the rock quite well. So interesting. I've never painted a rock before. This is a first for me. So, you know, guys, if I'm not doing it right, just let me know. Gently. Okay. And I would say, I'm not even looking at a reference photo. I'm just thinking that little, because they're wings, because ladybugs fly. This one's named Fred. Yes, Fred. Just because he's a ladybug doesn't mean he's a lady. Sorry, I can't help it. It's my favorite line in the movie. It's my favorite line. Oh, I think Ladybug was, like, one of my favorite characters, too. I'm just going to give him some black spots. Oh, Katahdin from us. Oh, there you go. See that? Lou was also gathering us information. Hour 20 from us to get to Katahdin. There you go. That's about how far away we are. He's providing you more information. I can't see. Oh, yeah, right? Yes. Yes. That's the best. And I'm trying, our brain wants to just make patterns. I really didn't want these to be kind of patterned or the same, so there we go. Well, and of course, I did go over a little bit right there. I might come back. I might come back with a little red to touch that spot up. I'm trying to mark my desk. Now I left, you see the spots on the top. And Tara, didn't you have a fun fact about, is Tara still with us? Tara's still in the house. Fun fact about ladybugs. There's something about there's something about the spots, right? Something about if they have white spots. Well, this is his eye. Let's not count this as a white spot. I just want this to be his eye. Which I had not looked up what she had said. She said it once before, and I hadn't got the chance to look that up, so no, I had a little too much. It's okay. I'm coming back with black anyways. So it's hard. Okay, so the rocks, when the rocks have little grooves, if you would, it can be hard. Read it somewhere. It was like the ones with white spots on, not necessarily their eyes, but the ones that have white spots like up on the sides of them or something like that are the ones that they manufactured. Like they were, I say manufactured, like they made them at the toy factory or something. They were genetically engineered. I guess that would be a better. Please don't quote me on this, guys. You don't have to drop it, but I'm clearly saying I'm not sure. I am not sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, lose the one, Joseph. You want facts about around here. Okay, there we go. So, our little ladybug. All right, is that something that like you could do with kids? And okay, there's Tara dropping some info. Let me pop that up here because that if they had the white spots on the head, they were created in a lab to control some other bug. How true is it? She's not sure. So, don't know. Do we have any other, who is, wait, studies bugs? Is that ornithologist? Is that right? And if that is, where did that just come from? Because that just popped right in. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen. All right, there's his little spots. What do you guys think? I'll hold him up in just a second. There's our little, what did I say, Fred? Here's Fred, the ladybug. Fred. I just like that name. Cracks me up. I went to school with a Fred once. College. One point along my college career. Okay. All right. How great is he? Look, and I just saw the rock and I said, the shape of the rock, and I was like, that is a ladybug. And so what I'm probably going to do is I'll varnish him and then I'll get pictures and show you. But I think he needs to go in one of my plants. Like, I don't know. Maybe he'll have to go like in my tree or something. He'll just kind of show up there. So there. Can we paint on rock? Yes, we can. We have definitely confirmed we can paint on rock. We can paint on wood. So that is just about dry. As far as here, well, I'm scraping off the paint that got on the metal. So as far as the metal, I bet we did the paint water. Oh, why don't we? This should be easy, so I can go quick with this one. All right. Ornithologies, birds. Oh, it begins with E. It's like, is it epidemiology? Oh my gosh, it's I should not just throw stuff out there. I'm not sure. I am not sure, folks. I'm not sure. Please do drop it in a comment because, you know, how the heck are you gonna know? Unless you're go find that knowledge. I'm gonna put some dots here. All right, you guys ready? I guess I'm going on this flower. I didn't realize this was gonna go from like flowers and bugs. Flowers and bugs. Entomology. Yep, see, entomology. Thank you, Joseph. It's a study of bugs. Yeah, ornithology is the study of birds. All right, that needs to dry because this is not laying down and it is putting black on that nib. I just brushed it off on a piece of paper towel. I'm gonna let that set for a bit. Now, I want to work like this. I'm gonna have all these open for a second. Oh yeah, Gil Grissom. Yes. He did love bugs. I'm just gonna go out, 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 out. We're gonna keep going. So hopefully, how easy will this be? Hopefully. And while it's wet, I'm just gonna come in with the red and hope that maybe I'll get some nice orange gradients too, or blends from them. Never would have remembered that. Weird things that we hold on to and think of. All right. I am not being, you see, I'm not being neat. I'm just going to kind of pull these out. I was thinking sunflowers. Sunflowers. We can't plant any flowers yet. Although I do have some yellow tulips downstairs that are beautiful. Lou's mom brought to us on Easter. They're gorgeous. Okay, and now I'm just going to come back with some of the yellow. If I can get, whoa, hey, that was lots of yellow. I'm probably going to keep grabbing and moving because I just got a lot of yellow right there. Maybe, oh, why don't I try this? Why not? I don't know if it'll. So this brush is soaked. I dabbed it off of my paper towel just so I can pick up some of this. And yes, look at how that's now starting to blend. Oh, I like it. That's fantastic. And just that little bit just kept right on going. You see how it just blended everything? Beautiful orange color. I still have a lot of paint there. There's a lot of yellow in that. And I think I'm just going to go pull some of that off. There was a lot of paint there. Let me get some in between. This is a little bit lighter than the last one. So just putting some of these in between. Continuing around. So yes, it looks like we could, absolutely, these will work on metal. So if you have projects that you like to do and metal's involved, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if I want to darken that up in the centers, I probably, let's just see. I'm just going to give a little bit of fresh black dots here. And I'm actually just going to, I'm actually just going to pull some out. And I bet I could have just done that with like the dark red. Now, what do you do when you go, oh, I kind of liked it the way it was before? Then just do it back the way it was before. They're opaque. Let them dry. Go redo what you just did before. Okay, I'm just dumping that water. So if you guys hear that sound, you know it's my rinse well working. And drying my brush off. Okay. I think I'm going to put just a dab of red in here and do the same. So I'm just dabbing, right? Press down, lift up, press down, lift up. That's how I'm getting the amount of paint I want on here. Or I assume I want. I've never done this before. It's an experiment. And I'm just going to take where all those dots are, if I can get my brush back to a point. And just want to pull. Oh, look at that one went really dark. It's kind of a maroon. But some sunflowers have lots and lots of layered petals. So I think I'll do one more before I'm finished with it, whether that's today or another day. We shall see, because I want to show you the boat, and the boat is next. And I know I have not done the butterfly yet. Okay. But I'm going to let that dry because I want to put some more yellow in the center and I want to bring some more yellow highlights through, but look at our little flower. So yes, we can paint on metal, and that is very flat. Like I know the light's kind of, but that is very flat paint. I like that. Can we get it to focus better? Come on, there we go. You see what I mean? Like the tin's shiny, the flower's not. It's very flat. Okay, putting it aside. Are we dry? Good. Our butterfly. I'm gonna use that for the boat next. Boat. Our butterfly. I'm thinking we'll just make them small. Tara said, really like that one. This one. He looks pretty cool. I need to finish him up and then varnish, and I'll share that. I'll share pictures of that. All right, let's get, this is hanging. Where do we want to butter? I'm thinking maybe we'll put him like right here. And I'm just going to do a really brief, I should really do this in pencil first, but you know, let's just go for it. And this is it is a little tiny butterfly. He's going to be nice and tiny. Like the anatomy of the butterfly. He may be off. He's unique. He's a character. Maybe a little animated. We won't judge him. It's fine. There we go. And you can feel the drag. When you're doing this on the wood, you can feel the drag from the layers below. So I will say that. Let's discuss. I'll tell you what, you guys discuss and I'll surprise you. And at the end, you can let me know. You can let me know. Which is it? How's it sound? All right. Just putting in. I'm going to come back in. I'm just going to give him blue. I want him to have some blue wings. I want him to be a blue butterfly. Because they say we can come right back on top. And so since we had red, we're now going to come in with the blue. And make sure that you guys can see me. And I'll tell you what. Let me just bring you. We'll bring you a little closer. As long as I can maintain not sliding it back out of the way. That is covering. Yep. We'll just call the black mirror guidelines, if you would. It's a guideline. We don't always have to color inside the lines. Tara says she read it as butterfly. I do that all the time. There will be a typo, but I will just be reading it and going, oh, it's actually, okay, there's that one. I really want this to be fine. I don't think I can get it. How fine of a line. There we go. Thinking like his little like antenna. His little antenna. There we are. And then I want lighter colors. Maybe some light blue, maybe some white dots. Okay. There we are. There. I'm going to do it over here. I don't want to put a whole bunch on this paper. And it does get harder to get that there when everything's wet, because I didn't give it enough time to dry in between, because I'm trying to move this along, because I really want to do the boat with you guys, and I don't want to keep you here forever. Okay. There we go. But I definitely see I'm lifting. So what do we do if we start lifting? Leave it alone. Okay. And then come back through. There we go. Okay. There we are. Oh, I'm kind of liking that, more of that texture right there. What do you guys think? Kind of like the texture he's getting. Coming with just a little bit of darker, just here and there. I've seen blue butterflies. They're so pretty. And maybe he's got some white. Yeah, we're going to wait for the white for the very end because it doesn't want to leave it there. All right, so I'm going to set him aside. Let's look at our canvas. So I need to back you out slightly so we can see what we're doing. I pictured, just to kind of give you a rough, like, I'm seeing, I'm not going for realistic. I'm going for something just kind of, well, a little different than what I would usually do, for sure, in any type of art. But lately, that's what I like to try to do. I'm trying to barely touch so I can get it nice. I don't know how thin of a line I can pull with this. All right, we'll just kind of go with that. And I'm remembering that I'm supposed to be able to lay these over each other. So right now I'm just thinking the boat, which may not be accurate for a boat. Again, this is not going off a reference. This is just having fun. We're gonna have a wood sailboat. Why not? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can blend this just a little bit. A deep South delicacy. Oh, you guys crack me up. Just gonna blend this a little bit. All right, get a little bit more shadow in the back part of the boat. Oh, I am this right here. I'm liking. I can bring that around. Oh yeah, I like that. I am liking that. Yep. This is the Art Space 6. Came with one of the crate boxes. It does hold a very lovely point, making it so that you can't talk while drawing. Just going to kind of set in just some basic, this is where my sail's going to be. Pick my sails, because I know it says I can, that my white will cover this. So we'll see. I'm just sketching it in with the paint that was left on the brush. And so I'm going to have my boat. The sail's facing the wrong way? I don't know. I don't have that kind of boat. It's definitely not my kind of boat. I don't know. So I want to try another thing too, because I want to set this up for the water. So while I have the boat right here, I'm going to take my brown, right, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a space just between them. I'm going to put some of this brown in here. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm trying it, because if it doesn't, I let it dry and I go over it. We've already seen that they will cover. Okay. There. Now I want to take this guy. It's dry. This is dry. I do want to try and get this area wet on the canvas. Oh, there. Oh, ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, that just, remember that whole watercolor effect? Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't need as much paint as I thought I did. And I was just going to pull down, which I kind of like the way it was before I did that, but that's all right. Oh, seeing what I just saw there, we might have to do something. Well, it doesn't have to be tonight. I am thinking I'm going to want to do another one, exploring more of that watercolor like feature on a canvas because that was cool. All right, now, so I'm gonna, this is, you know, supposed to be the reflection from my boat. Reflection from my boat. There we are. And I got my little line there. Okay. So there he is. He is what he is. I'm just pulling this down a little bit more. Oh, so many ideas when that just did that. That was exciting. That was like, wow. Okay. So let's let that set. And while that part's setting up so I can do the water, seeing what that just did, I want to flip this way. Okay. And even if a little bit of this gets covered, again, it's supposed to be opaque. I want a little bit, let's put a little bit of red through here. I don't know how this is going to work, but given what I just saw, I can't help but want to explore it now. And I'm gonna take my white. Okay. I'm gonna take my white, and clearly my white had a little bit of dark. I'm wiping it off on a towel. I probably could take that nib out and just wash it in some water. All right, looks like I've gotten most of that out. There we go. Okay. Oh, I wish that these caps posted. That would be wonderful. So hit there, getting more to come out, and I'm gonna put some white into where the red is because I want pink. I want pink. I'm not pressing, don't want to press down too hard. Like I can feel the stretcher bars here. I went to press there. Yeah, I really don't want that to happen. All right, I want plenty of this white because I really do want to end up with like a pink. And then, can I just like clean that? I'm gonna take the light blue, which is the Posca. And then I'm gonna take this dark blue. Okay. I want my edge, and I can go around the edge of these after. I mean, when this is done, if I wanted to make the whole edge black, or if I wanted to carry it, the image right around, yeah. Lou and I were on a trip to Cape Cod. I don't know if Lou's still on, but oh my goodness, we went into a gallery on Cape Cod, and we saw minis, like they were miniatures like this, and yeah, we'd all want to be artists in that gallery, or that location, because what they were getting they were beautiful though. Those artists deserved what they were getting. Absolutely. They were gorgeous, but wow. Just wow. So nice. All right, let's see. Let's see if they will mix and blend like that. And if I get darker spots, I'm not going to be upset because it just looks like clouds. Just roll with it. How many of you just like, let me grab something, and then like something like that happened, it's like, oh, wait, how can we work that? And it does. Okay, so on this, it does not take much when you're activating that with water in the brush. This could do some really, I think this could do some really interesting watercolor techniques. For sure, I got some of that on my boat, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to kind of stand it and let that kind of move downward. Let's see what happens. And keep the blue, and actually I had a little of the red in there. Tapping that off. Just going to keep that blue going here. Almost looks like it's raining back there in the distance. And I could probably even like scrub, maybe even scrub out some clouds or scrub on some clouds with that shift. Now I'm going to put it back the other way. Turn that so you guys can see it better. Let that kind of come back up. Don't know what we're going to get. We're just trying. I'm going to come back down. And then I'm going to let it lay flat and just see what happens. Okay, so we're just going to, boom, our sky. That easy, our sky. We get what we get. All right, and now I'm going to do, I don't know if this is going to take off and bleed, so I'll wait. I'll come back and do the land parts. We'll get into the water. I'm going to get into some of the water. And I want to darken up a few spots. And now I know I don't need much. Right? So I'm just thinking ripples. That's probably going to be way too much. Ripples would be a lot closer together and shorter, smaller as they go back. All right. Again, you know, hopefully it won't mess up my, I want some of that to show through. I don't go too far because my horizon is about, it's in this way. I'm going to have some land right there. And there we are. I'm going to pump that. Oops, sorry. Prime that one a little bit more. Okay. Adding some of this light blue. I know I have little bits of the black, so I know this is not going to be as bright as it is now. Thanks. I'm not worried about coming, like I just went down, like your water's not going to go like that. But when I activate this with the brush, I'm not going to worry about there. I'll pull a line of blue through if I need to. Okay. This is plenty wet. It is plenty. You see how much water is like on my fingers. This is plenty wet. I'm not going to go dip in the water. Well, in fact, I'm going to tap this on my paper towel. Yeah, now it's like, it's very cold. It's very damp, but it's not soaking. Let's start back here. Let's see if we can't blend, skip some of this. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to pick up my light blue that was the last color I did. I was hoping that some of the darker colors, and I'm not going over them too much. I was hoping some of those darker colors were going to do exactly what they did and kind of stay put as long as I don't overwork them. There we go. Still just working with the water that was already in the brush. And you can come back through and do layers. Like if I don't like the way that this is, I could just easily, now I'm just rinsing and I'm gonna go to clean water, tap that off, and then over here and tap it on my paper towel a couple times. Come back to this side. Now I'm hoping, like where I did some of the lines in the sail here, like if I can blend that with some water, maybe it will look like almost like a duck linen canvas or something, you know? I mean, oh, could you imagine if you had your own, take your canvas that you stretch yourself and it's like the duck and just do like a clear gesso in that spot? Hello, Jessica. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're doing all kinds of stuff today. All right. So there's our first pass with our water. What do you guys think? I'm gonna let that set for a minute. See, this side dried a little faster, so I couldn't blend it out as well. But I'm not worried about it because I can do it again. I can do it again. All right. Now I'm going to do the land. Let's put that in. And I've got my black and some brown. Thank you. Oh yeah, we need to wait. I'm going to let it be like, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to tip it where it pulled because it's just going to look like some of the land reflecting into the water. It'll be fine. As long as it doesn't go all the way down the painting, which it might. That's okay. Just dry your brush. Get your brush nice and dry. Come in. Lift that out. Wipe it off in your paper towel. Come in. Lift that right off. So don't panic. Just know it's because it's too wet and I can lift that right out. And there we go. Perfect. Perfect. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. It's good. Now I'm going to put the brown in. I could even, if this was like, maybe I'll add some green. We haven't really done green, have we? I'll add, well, with my paint water one we had. So I'm going to add a little bit of green, and I'm just going to kind of blend these up. We'll see what we get. Let's see what we get. I think that's looking a little too bright for land back there. It would need more blue tone if it was going to be like that. We'll go with the, I'm putting a little bit of the light blue, but I'm going to need some of the dark blue too. If we're going to use like atmospheric perspective and just push these back, then we're going to need a bit more blue there. It can still be a landmass. And we can even darken it up with the black, but I think that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. Now, I don't know if I have enough on my brush just to pull that color of the land. Let's pull it right. Oh, can we make it work? There we go. Okay. So there's our land. Where is this? I don't know. I don't have a treasure map. I don't know where it's going. I don't know his location. I'm sure somewhere out here. X marks the spot. All right. I said, dab it. Dab it. Dot it off. Hurry up, it's gonna blend. It's gonna, I like that effect. I'm definitely doing these again with watercolor effects because that was really cool. All right. Let's do another run on our water. Yep, getting there in time. So another run. I've got it. I've got it all over the place. Can you see it? I made a mess everywhere. We'll bring you back. Okay. Let's get some more in here. It's probably when I would set the marker down. Cover it. Who needs to cover it? Need to cover it. I'm going to work like kind of a side by a side. Tara says she really likes the effect. Nice. Nice. These are, yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking it too. I'm definitely liking some of the effects that, and I don't even have to blend all of these out, right? Like I can come through here with my blue, because I want that to be my base, and do more, and let that one dry some more. And then once that dries, then I could glaze in almost with my darker blue. There we go. And let's just kind of get that separation there with the water. Let's make sure he's in the water. And a little bit of ripples there. Okay. Reflections. And we need to get some of our darker in. But with the darker, I don't want to go too much because I want to see, can I just blend this out? And I'm thinking, where I put my brush? Before I do that, all right, I will look at what I see that George is saying something, and I'm going to peek at that in just a minute. Yeah, see, I want to make this wet before I put all the blue on there, because I have a feeling that, like we saw up in the mountain, if I just touch it with that blue, I'm going to get some neat effects. And that would do great splatter. Look at that. Ready? You guys can't help if I pull this on here so you could see. Yeah, you can splatter that way too. All right. I'm going to put that through. Pull this through. We can see the water on the other side. I don't know why we need a singing voice. We don't really. Sorry. George says, he's thinking about the food again. George is going for the food. We're going mobile. Oh, there you go. George was trying to give you a suggestion there. Pheasant is hobbit food. Tastes like chicken. All right, how many times have people heard that? Trust me. Just give a little bit. Oh, that's kind of getting like almost like a starburst there, and I don't want that, but let's see what happens. Watercolor has a mind of its own. If the canvas is just a little wet, if it kind of spreads, I don't know. We'll see. Do we like it? We don't like it. Again, if you don't like it, it says that these are opaque. You let it dry, you paint over it. How can you go wrong with that? You can't. How could you get upset over doing this kind of art? If there's a problem, just let it dry and then paint right over it. Right back over it. Okay. Just gonna put some, oh, that I wanted to slide the whole thing there. I'm looking at where I already had some dark colors, just trying to connect some that were maybe a little darker. And I'm going to want, there we go. I'm thinking about the sail. Like, I could go right through the sail if I wanted to because they say they're opaque, but in the interest of time, I'm not looking to cover. Now, just like with watercolor, I'm going to see if I tip, can I let gravity do some work? Finally caught my lives. Oh, that's great. Well, Mons Corvus, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm glad that you are here. What do we have? Go over the dark blue with the brush and see how it is. And oh, then we have a don't do it. Should we? Shouldn't we? What's going to happen? I don't know, but we can find out. What kind of effects will we get? Why not find out? What do you guys think? Just kind of pulls it along. And this is a dry brush. This has no water. It's a very fluffy brush. Pull that. Still have some of our boat reflecting, but while this is damp, I think I want to get a little bit more of the boat color going in this water. Just a little bit more. Just a bit more. I know this is not boat color. I'm just bringing this back to the thing. You like, see? Looks good. I like it. Yes, that is correct. This whole painting that you're seeing me working on right now has been done only with the new, well, I'm not sure exactly how new they are, but the Marabu Yono markers and just 2 Poscas. Only 2 Poscas that I got today. These are supplies from the April 2022 Paletteful Pack box. Of course, links to everything are in the description. And you know, guys, if an art subscription box isn't right for you, I always make sure that I link to the items that came in my box so that if you just want to grab one of the items, if you see one thing that's here and you're like, yes, I want to do that, you certainly can. So you can grab just that. I'm just coming back in with some of these more mid-range blue to get kind of some highlights in our water. Just me, it looks like the sun's going down. Maybe our water's going to get darker. Here I'm going to need to get some more of the boat color to come in. There we go. How many go, oh no, I liked it better the other way. Well, the good news is if you liked it better the last way, all you have to do is let it dry and paint over it. That's all you gotta do. No worries. You know, I'm just pulling that across. Bringing that to the boat. I want to bring some of that boat color now back into the water. And of course, if we can see that, we're probably seeing some of our sail. Now let's get our sail. Let's get working on our sail. Bring this one down. You're probably going, what the heck kind of sailboat do you have? I don't know, folks. This is not based off of any reference. This is just exploring and having fun. So if my boat does not feel safe enough for you, it's fine. You don't have to come along. There we are. I mean, you know, the mast is a little, looks like it might be a little crooked, but I'm sure it's perfectly fine. No worries. No worries. Okay. So, it's just one of those things. You know, you just kind of keep plugging in little things here or there until you're happy with it. And I definitely wanted like a very, I don't know. I was even thinking this is even more, like more detail than I was actually thinking. I was definitely going for even less, but. And in case I pulled too many of my highlights out of my water, I hope the sun's going down. I don't know how many sparkles I have. Yeah, all supplies are linked in the description for those of you who are interested. And again, if you'd like to get Paletteful Packs boxes, I believe they do have some of their past boxes on sale right now. But if not, and if that's just something that's not for you, but you're like, oh, I really want to try that. Like I said, I looked everywhere for the black paper I showed you. Could not find it to link for you. Not yet, anyways. I'll keep looking. I'm just kind of going over, pulling some of these so that I have the light blue and the white. I am going to bring this back one more time. Just layer. Just keep going. You finally get that layer that you're like, that's it. That's it. That's my boat. That's my water. Then stop. If you're really questioning, oh, if I do this again, is it gonna? Then just stop. Walk away. Come back later and see. You still feel you want to try it? Then try it. Don't be too precious with them. Just have fun. Have fun with them. And I'm just gonna gently pull a little bit of these, just kind of. Right. Then I'm wondering the color that I end up with. I'm not touching too much here because I want this to be that, you know, ripply. It's the sails reflecting on the water. The boat. The boat is there. Let's bring that closer. Okay. I think maybe we are just about. Well, it was a quick one. It was not going to be a masterpiece, but it was definitely a learning piece. So no regrets there. I will definitely be using these again. And I think the small, I'm kind of liking this small size too. I could see that I've seen some amazing small art pieces that were just wow. There is a link in the description below if you want to check them out more. There we go. Didn't want to work. Yeah, there is a link in the description below, so feel free if you just want to give them a closer look. And I do believe that right now they are having a sale on some of their boxes or past. Okay, you guys ready? I'm not gonna mess up my sky. Am I? I don't know. Perhaps I am not. I'm just gonna make some water. I wanted to make like, let's have some little clouds. Some clouds. How about if we then put the white in it? I just got the water there. Come back, drop some white in it. How's that for clouds? Dropping it wet and wet. The clouds are just making themselves. If I bring this up here, this water, come in, drop a little bit of that, and just let it spread out and do its thing. Maybe that's a couple little wispy ones right here. Get to that point. What do you think? I should have, I shouldn't have. Maybe it looks like the sun's back there. It's all but set. Now I would say if I let that dry, I could then come back and do like even brighter if I wanted to. I think I'm just going to dry this off. There we go. There we go. So it's still picking up with the background because I'm sure that's not 100% dry. So then I was able to just kind of mix that in. And maybe I can even bring some of that color up here. And get some different values. And now that I've mixed that all up, let's drop in some more. Let's drop in some more white. See if we can brighten up some areas. And really make more of a dimensional cloud. I'm liking that way that kind of just easy, right? Just dab and let it move. Well, so we have done, you can use this on fabric, although we didn't do fabric today, but you can use this on fabric. It does dry matte. Absolutely can paint on the glass. We did that. I have not yet, but I'll finish that one. I'll finish that one off camera, and then I'm going to drop pictures in on my MeWe. So you can check that out there. I'll probably, you know what, because I'm going to try to start using Instagram because I know some of you do not go on MeWe. So my Instagram is Clark_fine art. So at Clark_fine art. And of course, if you use my link that gets you to all my links, you will find it there. How's that sky? How do we like that sky? I think our little mountains need to be a little darker, but I don't want to take it too far. And I was already wanting to be, I was trying to be done by 5:30 today, but so I'm just going to do kind of like we did our other clouds. I put the water and I'm just dabbing a couple little dots of this black, and I'm just going to kind of blend it. I don't want it all to be dark, but I do think it needs to be darker. I think it needed to be darker. And just having some from over there already on my brush still, I'm going to drop it in over here. There we go. All right. So our Paletteful Pack prompt was, one of them was boat. So there's my boat. And we did look at other materials that, although they did not come in the box, these markers say that they can be used on. So these are the Yono. I'm going to get you all backed out here. So you see the colors that are still, the colors are on your screen. And we've got, I'm just going to turn it off for now. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to zoom you out. You see the mess I made on my desk. So we did our swatches of the colors that came in, and then the two Poscas. And I don't know, they, as far as their opacity, they're great. I mean, the black matte almost blended right in with the paper, but I can see it. You see how you can see it slightly, but it doesn't have a huge sheen on it. It doesn't. The white covered over very well. It's very opaque. And then all of the colors, you can't see the black line anymore that was right here. All the colors covered the black line. So yes, they are opaque. Yes, you can let it dry and paint and get good coverage and cover it again. There is our Paletteful prompt for boat. It's right there. And I'll definitely be posting him on Instagram. Our Yono markers, we had white, black. The green was rich green. Dark blue. Again, this was in the basic set. It's linked below. And then the cherry red. And let's not forget the yellow, which I was going to do more on our, they said that we could do paint on metal. And I did. I did this little tin and did that in, and they're beautifully matte when they dry. I definitely like it. And then of course wood. They said we could do wood. So this one has cracked already. Now let me just show you guys something. Do you see the crack? if you are interested in these discs, and I know that Kat's Art Picks was, and I hope when she comes back that she will see this. What I should have done, and I didn't, just in the interest of time, I wasn't making this for anybody. I wasn't going to do anything special with it. I should have taken like a clear gesso and put a clear gesso if I wanted to be able to see the natural wood, and gesso the wood to seal that and the back. Because once I sealed that and then came on it with these, because, you know, I used water, that moisture wouldn't have gotten into the wood and the wood cracks. So this can happen with these discs. You really do want to do, I've seen people use watercolor ground. I have some of that. Something you guys might want to see, drop me a comment and let me know. So you can do a watercolor ground on these and then paint on them with watercolor. You can use a clear gesso. You could use black gesso. You could use regular white gesso and just do that. And you can even, you know, you can do that and preserve the bark, but then you won't run the risk of them splitting. So yeah, see, that's not going back together, but there you go. There's that. Oh, so that's, we'll bring our flower back down here. We did our flower. So we painted on wood, painted on metal. We did the paint water, and we painted on glass. Again, I might, you know, bake that if I want that to stay in, or spray it with the sealer. This guy, our rock, we painted on rocks. And how easy was that one? And this I can just spray with the varnish and then perfect. So yeah, I would say that they are absolutely correct. I'm definitely giving that one a 2 thumbs up. They were easy to use. The paint flowed fine. I thought the paint flowed fine. I loved that I could activate them with water. I would love to do a little bit more experimenting. Would love to do a little bit more experimenting with them as watercolor, because, you know, I showed the watercolor techniques and grabbed some watercolor paper. You guys know I'm all about the watercolor paper. So I didn't use this canvas that came in the pack. So I'll probably do one more. I'll probably do this and a watercolor piece, and I'll record those and I'll put them out for you. They'll probably be just quick videos of expanding on this package. But what did you guys think? What did you think of the Yono markers and all the different surfaces that you can use these on? Now, what if you saw them on a business, but what if, like, hey, these need to get cleaned off. Like, I want to put it up there and I want it to be temporary. Well, I just scraped that right there with my nail because my R was, so I would imagine I could even take a glass scraper, you know, like you'd scrape, maybe if you had a glass palette. I have a scraper for that. And I bet it would come right off. Would alcohol take it off? Maybe. I had some alcohol. I wanted to spritz it and see what it would do with spritzed alcohol. Let me show you guys real quick. I know I made this all nice and pretty, but I just want to show you. Red, red, blue. Red and blue. We're going to go red and blue. Ready? All right. We're going to get some blue. I told you it would be quick. I just want to see, does alcohol have the effect on them? Blue. Get a little crossover. And again, you can clean those tips. You saw I just went over that, but I can take those out, wash them in water. They said dry them with a towel, like a paper towel, put them right back in. No worries. You've seen this before. This is my little tiny spritzer that does have the rubbing alcohol. I'm going to move my painting. And let's just give them a spritz. Do they do anything? Anything exciting? I don't think so. That wasn't looking like anything. And now it smells like alcohol now. But look, look at. So they will blend with that alcohol. They are blending or activating, coming together. We're getting some purple. Really need to. I hate to rinse in my water. I'm gonna dry this off. All right, come back into this red. Maybe give it another spritz of the alcohol. Not on the desk, on the paper would be great. All right. So, I don't know. I'm not like alcohol. No, probably not the thing to use. Water, great. Alcohol, That's a no. So I'm going to say no on the alcohol, which is fine. That's why we try it. See what it is we can do with these. How can we push them? All right. So there we are. We had our flower. I'm just going to set the paint one on top of this. Unsightly mess. All that. Our paint water. There's our boat. And those are the Yono paint markers. So make sure, check out the mods. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a new mod that joined our crew today. So big shout out to Tara Giblin Art. Her link is in the description below to her channel. Please just take a moment and check her out. I definitely think you're going to like some of the stuff that she has done. Other than that, and Joseph, his links, of course, is always in the description. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for helping out. Thanks for joining us, Tara. What did you guys think? What do you think of those? Are these something that, like, maybe the art subscription box isn't for you, but wow, my kids would love to do some little, rock animals so I can put them in the garden, or there's little tiny, maybe you have like a little mason jar you want to do and like give a little gift, decorate it real quick. These are little tins. This tin was from the dollar store. It came like a pack of like 4 or 6. And I have no idea what I'm going to put in there yet, but I'm going to finish this because remember, I want to do some lighter yellow. So that's not done yet. This guy isn't done yet. This guy, not completely done yet. I want to varnish them, and then I will get pictures for you and I will post them to Instagram and on MeWe. Okay, so there you go. The link is right there to MeWe. And now we'll come back here. There. So thanks, guys. I had fun. That was Paletteful for 2022. I also have a few more Paletteful packs. I've got some news about what I am getting and what I'm not getting and how things like that are going to change. But it's been forever since I've done an art box, and I thought, why not do it with you guys live where we can kind of talk and mingle and look at all the things. So check out the moderators. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to make sure, there you go, that there's going to be another video for you. It's there. It's there, right? Yeah, you guys know I can never find it. That's why the hand pops up for you. It's like, hello. It's right here, right there. So enjoy. Have a great rest of your day. Keep creating, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.